There are three things that I find very attractive about this game, Star Citizen. Number one, the amazing epic looking ships like this one on screen here. Number two, the amazing epic looking planets like this one on screen here. Number three, the wonderful community as shown by this image here. All these three things come together to make Star Citizen a wonderful game that it is, and I think personally that it is an amazing game with wonderful community and amazing planets and of course awesome ships. And when we combine those three things together, we get something along the lines of this. And that's why in today's video we're going to be doing some exploring of these amazing planets in one of the most amazing ships, the biggest ship so far in Star Citizen, with one of the members of the wonderful community. So we're going to start this amazing and sure to be wonderful adventure near Yela in the Rings of Yela right now, near Grimhex actually, where we're meeting with Eat That Pineapple. Here he is. He just boarded via the hangar with his Anvil arrow, which we will be checking out later. By the way, he also pointed out my lovely looking clothes right there. You've got to admire the captain's clothes, of course, of this beast. This is a big ship, the 890 Jump. So big that in fact it has its own medical bay, which means we can do as much silly stuff, die as much as we like, and regen here. So we both set our respawn points. We then went to Microtech, or more specifically New Babbage, so we could load up some vehicles. Now Eat That Pineapple isn't as familiar with New Babbage, but not to worry, I can fly this thing. I think it's very heavy when flying it, by the way, but I do eventually manage to land it near the commons so we can load up some ground vehicles such as the Ursa Rover and Eat That Pineapple on his like little thing. I think it's called the Cyclone. It's like a kind of a car, but then also like a monster truck, so it's kind of like a rover. I don't really know how to describe it, but it's pretty fast, it looks pretty cool, and we're going to be taking that out later as well, somewhere else on the planet, so make sure you keep watching the video to see that. It is an amazing experience on Microtech. We'll get to the amazing experiences later, however, we're just loading up this car with Eat That Pineapple into the cargo bay. Of course, the hangar isn't enough for this massive gargantuan ship. It's also got a cargo bay which can hold cars and rovers like these two in here. Then we head off in the rising sun. Beautiful cinematic game this is. This is definitely one of the best looking games out there, surely. Absolutely stunning looking. Anyway, you know what else stunning looking? My landings. Look at that beautiful landing. Definitely not hard at all. Right, we're going to first take out some ships. We're going to be taking out the Origin 300i, which is my ship, and the Anvil Arrow, and we're going to be doing some low flying. Well, I'm not going to go too low because I'm terrible at flying ships, and the 300i isn't as manoeuvrable as the Arrow, so if I'm about to crash I can't really avoid it. Anyway, we're going to take it out and try some low flying, or at least kind of get low to the ground in this 300i, which is quite a nice ship, and it fits perfectly into the hangar of the Origin 890 Jump with another smaller ship like the 100i, or in this case the Anvil Arrow. No, I pressed the wrong button. No, please. Oh, I'm going to die. Hang on. I pressed the wrong button. I was trying to type in chat. No, please. No. No, we're going to go. No, we're going to crash. No. Seriously? Seriously, game? Well, that was unfortunate. Unfortunately, I pressed the wrong button while I was trying to type in chat, so I turned the engines off. There goes the 300i. Turns out I didn't need to fly low to crash this thing. I just have to turn the engines off stupidly and throw it on the ground. I was also given the opportunity by Eat That Pineapple to fly his Anvil Arrow, which was very nice of him. We're flying this amazingly fast, cool looking ship. It's basically a space triangle with a massive engine slapped on the end of it, which is of course very aerodynamic. Also another great landing here next to Eat That Pineapple and my crashed wreck of the ship. Now of course good things come with some graphical glitches, but not to worry. Now I didn't have a ship to get back to the 890 Jump with, so we had to improvise with this method, which is Anvil Arrow transportation on the roof. Of course this worked smoothly and without fail. This ship is really hard to appreciate on video, but it looks insane when you're actually like playing the game and seeing it up close. It's a massive ship, the 890 Jump, 200 meters long. It feels really like the sense of scale feels really amazing when you're standing right next to it or even under it. Here's the cargo bay, so we're going to get some cars out now. We're going to get the Cyclone. I don't know what variant of the Cyclone it is. I think it's the racing one. We're going to take that out. Pretty fast, not very good at mountain climbing, so we didn't climb any mountains with the Cyclone, but we did get to take it out for a spin on this grassland here, which is quite nice. I was able to get in because it has 2 seats, and we just kind of rode around exploring the beautiful land of Star Citizen and New Babbage itself, the planet. I told you there were going to be some beautiful planets in this game, and this is representing the beautiful planet. Our time on Microtech was not yet at an end. I wanted to really push the 890 jump, see how manoeuvrable it really was, because I mean it's a massive ship, surely it has some manoeuvrability, even it's 200 meters long. I also wanted to appreciate Microtech a bit more, so I sent Pineapple down to the lower elevator there, and I flied low so that he could really appreciate the trees, flying like kind of above the trees, and just really appreciate the views of Microtech. Look at that, that looks insane. Anyway, so we did this for a bit, kind of just explored Microtech a bit more, the trees, the forests, the mountains, and then I also went down to the bottom there. We can also appreciate the 890 jumps itself. I own this ship, I own this massive atrium here, I own this ship. It feels so good to own the 890 jump, the biggest ship in Star Citizen. And if you're enjoying this video as much as I'm enjoying this ship, maybe make sure to subscribe and of course like, so I know to do more Star Citizen videos in the future, just like this one, maybe exploring with friends once again in the future, or maybe doing different things in multiplayer, because Star Citizen multiplayer is a key aspect of it, as I said in the introduction. Anyway, we're going down this elevator, we can see the trees now and the beautiful mountains in the background. It is a beautiful sunny day at Microtech right now, even though it's a freezing cold planet, it's still pretty nice looking. And of course I state this in chat, saying it's insane, because it is an insane game. The sense of scale is unreal, it is amazing. Looking down over the trees whilst it's flying, the ship is flying whilst you're kind of in it. But just then Pineapple saw something in the distance, some sort of like settlement, which I think it was a settlement at least, but there it is. Coming over the horizon now, here's the settlement. We're going to go and check this out, of course. You're not really kind of find these very often. They're quite rare, I think, because they don't have quantum markers to them. So I took over the 890 jump whilst Pineapple took his arrow down to the settlement, and I flew over the settlement to see how it would look with the 890 jump hovering over the settlement and Pineapple down at the bottom there. At this point the sun was once again going down over the horizon, which was quite impressive. It was sunset now, which is just magical in the looks of it. I was just going to try and hover over the settlement to like kind of look like a Star Destroyer, if you know what I mean, just kind of sitting above the settlement whilst Pineapple was looking up to my unlimited power. Of course I don't actually have unlimited power, I'm pretty broke now that I've bought this ship. I've only got like less than 1 million left. Oh well, not to worry, it is now night, we're taking off, and I wanted to go and try this ship at Jumptown, although unfortunately this comes with its problems. Pineapple clipped out the bottom, losing his stuff, but however he did get to respawn back in the 890 jump just because of the medical bay. Not to worry though, we can continue getting on with our plan of Jumptown. Now Jumptown is a PvP zone, it's kind of like where you go to fight people, if of course there's people there, so we had to hope that. But I made like a captain's kind of speech without the speech part, just a few words, and I said some stuff like long live the jump, and he kind of took it seriously, which is what I want to see, enthusiasm from my crewmates on this beautiful ship. We're going to take the jump to Jumptown, so let's get on with that then. Unfortunately, there are about as many people at Jumptown as there are currently playing Starfield. 0, of course. Maybe there was a little bit less people at Jumptown, as there were only the 2 of us. No one was actually here, which is unfortunate because I wanted to fight. I wanted to see how this 890 jump would actually fare in a fight, see if it was capable of even fighting, but we couldn't really test that, could we? I did ask in chat and someone said they would take their stealth bomber, and I wasn't too sure about the stealth bomber idea, so we went with the idea that we should blow this jump up ourselves via the self-destruct button, of course. I wanted to have this look cinematic as possible, so I pressed the button, went to the front of the ship trying to get a cinematic shot of this thing blowing up, and it looked about as miserable and as sad as this scene here.